Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I am your host, Kimberly Cloud. So, today we are going to be editing a video. We're going to edit a video. And this video is going to be a two-part series. It's going to talk about the past, present, and future back in 23, 22 of somebody or maybe two people's adventures. And then we're going to move into the process of sending it out to the producers. That's how we're going to process today's segment. So I hope you can tune in. I hope you can have time because this is going to be a while. So hold on. I keep it low, candy coated Valentine. I just had to sing that song. Hold on. Y'all can see what I see. Can you see what I see? Can you hear what I hear? Thank you for the compliment. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I like joking. Okay, so we are in. Now we go to the library. Give me a second, you guys. I gotta go all the way back. Y'all can get to see it. Okay, we know those people. I did Gary Hills, so it's time to delete that. He downloaded his footage. He didn't download his. It's okay. He probably is too busy. Um, Fiddlesticks. It looks like I'll be doing one person. I'd rather do two people. I could condense it down to two people. But I don't want to take out, I don't know. Golly, this is tough. I remember that person. It sounds familiar. Let's see what I can do. Let me pull this closer to me. There was a lot of edit cuts to this. Okay. So let me take y'all off of here. Let me add Kick because I have to go out, but I'll be right back. Okay, cool. So now I am going to add, not yet. How long will this take? You mean this will take, let me take y'all out the ticker for people that like to play games on my ticker. But that will take like literally, this is going to be an hour. So be prepared. It's going to be an hour. So now what? We go here and we download both vids. I don't want to take allergies. I'm on medicine. I'm on strike. But I'll get up and walk away from the podium or the thing. I'd rather do it that way. Still, my nose is still getting used to Idaho weather. My nose tells a story. Okay, here we go. Now we're about how many minutes? 51 minutes. Here we go again. Same old stuff again. Marching down the avenue. Give me a second, you guys. Two more hours and I'll be through. Oh, let me wash my hands. I have allergy medicine. I just choose, you know, uh, just choose not to use it. Anything that causes drowsiness to me, I I just don't like it. I don't like feeling drowsy no more. I mean, it used to be you can get habit forming, you know, even with non-habit forming drugs if you take them every day. So that is kind of like I don't care what you take. I don't care if you chew ice. Oh my God, I can't believe I used to wear that. Y'all gonna flip out. I have to zoom in on it if I can. Oh, they won't let me zoom in. It says Trump's girl. Tennessee, Tennessee. I think it's called the Dolly Parton Airport. Clarksville. This is what's on this young whippersnapper's mind. Him and his wife. So far, so good. He's talking. Obviously, if I spent 26 minutes, ouch, ouch. If I spent 26 minutes with him, um, it was a reason. 13 an hour. You remember when $13 an hour was the shit? You'd be like, nah, I'm making $13 an hour. Thank you, Chat GPT. I will be on there to make my own technology. Do y'all? I just got to get this subscription. I know y'all thinking about me. You don't have to keep sending me messages. You can make your own AI through Chat GPT. Grok told me so. But the subscription, you have to get a subscription with Chat GPT. Good comeback, Kim. Very good comeback. What did you just say? Why is that going so fast? The ticker is going faster. That's dead space right there. I see a lot of dead space. At least he being honest and telling his story. No, no, no. Perfect. Why is the ticker going so fast? I do that too, man. I leave dead space a lot. You can tell a lot by the way person thoughts. He talks at a very low bit, like kind of like me. Sometimes depending on what the topic is. Space, space. It's hard for a man to cope when you never give a man idle time. You have to keep a man busy. You- He said he never eats. He said that he had a depression. And that goes both ways. You never give He's telling his story and he's saying that he didn't eat, but he coped with his wife. He didn't feel good living with he didn't say it blatantly, but he didn't feel good living with his family. There were spiders and bugs everywhere, like aliens, he said. He was depressed, so he didn't eat, but he stuck it out with his wife. And for that, I hope he, sending good juju his way. Dang, it just gets worse. What did he just say? He had to force feed carrots to his child because they couldn't. How is it that America during this time 8 years ago couldn't afford formula? Everybody should be able to afford baby formula. And I'm not saying that in a sarcastic way. I'm saying that in an honest way. Okay. I got less than 8 more minutes. So he's telling his story. He said he got the job. So we're going to rewind and go back to where he said he got the job. Then we're going to figure out what question that I asked him next. Because that was the standstill. Hold on. Okay. Perfect. Okay. If y'all watch my show on the regular, y'all know I don't fall in love with the footage. If I fall in love with too much footage, it will hinder how I feel about how the footage should be done. If I get too involved in the footage, then what will happen is I don't want to delete nothing. I want to keep the whole thing. And this is a 30-minute show, and I have 50 minutes, which means everything he's saying is less than 7 minutes. 7 minutes he has to talk about something, another subject. And so the last thing I said, hold on. Ah, good. You trick yourself. I'll be opening my fridge. You know, it's funny you said that I promised myself a turkey. I promised myself some macaroni. But I'm rich, poor, happy, satisfied. Ah, perfect. See that face I made? Because I know the struggle. Uh-uh. That's what happened to me a little bit in a different sense. Everything that I want, if I talk about it, I lose. Good. I was at a bankruptcy discharge group, and I won't say the name of the woman, which thank God is a blessing. I don't know the name of the lady, but this was like her third or fourth bankruptcy. It depends on the degree or why you're getting the bankruptcy. Sort of like this is a degree like divorce. You know, some people have three divorces, some people have four divorces, some people don't get married, some people are happy single. Bankruptcy, three, four bankruptcies, you know. But when it comes to something like assault, sexual abuse, or something, you have to make sure you get it right the next time. There's no room for error. You have to make sure you get it right. People like me try to analyze things and see what I did wrong, but obviously I say to myself, there's nothing I did wrong. I cannot control someone else putting their stuff in another woman. And that's as clear as I'm going to say it. What, you want me to be violent with them because they want to do what they want to do? I don't care. If I can't control you or it, I don't want it. I like and respect this dude. He's been talking constantly for 26 minutes and almost 56 seconds about his marriage and how much it means to him. And you can see in my face the concern. He knows what's important to him. You know, I got mad respect for him. The only thing I say and that can relate to me, because I learn from people. I learn from people. That has been a gift of mine. Even when I make mistakes, I learn from people. I am not going to sit up there and allow myself to. I told myself once before, and I said, I'm not going to allow myself to settle for something minute when I can be doing better, you know. And you know what's really sick, you guys, is how people are, certain people. And I want you to hear every phrase, every line, every word that I say out my mouth because I'm trying to phrase it as PG-13 as I can. I've had 2 marriages. My first marriage, I cheated. I didn't understand what my relationships. I cheated because I didn't understand how it hurt the other person until I was cheated on. And they do say what goes around comes around. So that's why I don't play with fire. I don't go around, looking for trouble or asking for trouble. I don't go around looking for stuff. It's just I get better over time. Like I told Haley, and that has nothing to do with this, but it has everything to do with it. I get better over time with picking the people that I date. They get slicker every time with the game. I'm not Eminem. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, run that game. I don't have time for game. My lyrics are real every day. If you're going to come at me correct. Don't sit up there and lie. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for my charger. Because I know more than you think I know you know. I just allow you I give you the shovel and I say, do you want to bury it 6 feet under or 10 feet under? And they always pick 20 feet under. And I'm all the way at the top with 9 feet of rope and they're 20 feet under. I gave you rope to climb out of that hole, but you didn't listen to me and you dug yourself deeper in that hole. So I can't help you, but I can meet you halfway. Find your way to the 9 feet of rope, and maybe you can make it out of that hole. That is my whole purpose in relationships. If you listen to your spouse, and that goes for my past relationships. If you listen to your spouse, and that goes for women too. No, I'm not gay. I'm just talking to the women too. If you don't listen to your spouse, you're going to dig deeper than what you intended. And there's going to be a disconnection. I may not have a relationship, but I know. I gave shovels, and every time deeper and deeper and deeper in a hole. I'm sorry, like Drake say, you know, I give them back to the city, their home. I used to get mad at my sister for being such disconnect with guys. She's gay now, but I don't know if she's still gay, but I don't care whether she's gay or straight. That's not my concern, by the way. What's the concern is that she used to treat people like shit. And they loved it. They loved it. And she didn't, she had disgust for men. That's what made her go gay. I don't think I would ever do nothing like that. But all I'm saying is, you know, it's a purpose in what I'm saying. Like sometimes it pays to not treat someone like crap. And it's coming out all wrong because mumble jumble, because it sounds like I'm a woman scorned. It sounds like I'm a woman mad, and I'm not. Like I told you guys, my fans, my people that stay on the phone with me or on everywhere with me, you know that if I let or invested my time in something, if I was taken, or if and when and how, and because it will happen again that I'm taken advantage of, if I invested my life and put that on my life, that would be my life. I would literally have to take away my life in order to not deal with the pain that someone purposefully or unpurposefully caused me. I don't even let it get to my heart. It takes a lot. Maybe of annoyance, yeah. Annoyance, yeah, you can get to me by annoying me. I think anybody Kanye West get annoyed. He threw a phone. Beyonce get annoyed. Everybody get annoyed. That's why they write what they write in the lyrics that they write. But to try to get to someone's heart and you're not serious because it's a control mechanism, you just want their heart on standby. I don't do that. I'm not a standby. I'm better than that. Is that PG 13 enough for everyone? I don't want another woman's man. I don't want one. And that's disrespectful of all women and men who cheat on their spouse. That is, I draw the line. You can't tell me that you cheat because they cheat. Then don't cheat and leave the fucking relationship. Don't tell me a sob story and you haven't left. Because I can care less. That is on you, not me. Don't introduce me to your shit, expecting me to fix it. I know there are real white men out there. That's all I'm going to say. If I was dating black men, it would be the same thing. They aren't any better. But I know there are some real white men, just like there are some real black men. But neither are under equal. But thank you, Edward Jurgensen Lomax, for helping me see that I would prefer, because they're smart, they're intelligent, and they're on my level. I'm not hood enough for some black men. I don't look or play the part to some black men like they would like me to. And the same thing goes for white men. I'm just letting, he's talking about some real shit right now, but this is, I'm going to end with this. I have to close with this because it's on my mind and it's business related. And I'm talking about it on my business related show so y'all know where my head lies with dating. You know what my head lies with talking to everybody as far as not personally, but friendship. I'm talking to this guy right now on the with my red shirt right now. You see it. I can talk to people with respect and honor and friendship. I can give friendship. I respect so many men for taking their wives out. I respect men like him I don't care. I wasn't there. I don't know if he's cheating on her. I don't care. But he's telling me how he feel because this is what my show, my camera, his camera, the cameras are capturing. His dialect about his relationship, his business, and that's what made me say what I wanted to say about my relationship because I can relate. Two marriages. He hasn't been in two marriages. He actually known her since he was younger. But at least I can say I'm not alone. At least I can say there are people out there that care about me. At least I can say there are people out there that love me, that fall in love with me. There are people out there that are kind hearted. Give me 3 days, an hour, 30 minutes, 10 minutes. I can figure people out very easy. I'm not bragging about it because obviously I'm not a queen at it because I would be a millionaire. Now, would I? That this is what's on this individual's mind right now. Business, how he invested in business. And what's on my mind is about relationships, talking about my downfalls. That's what I do. That is my documentary mixed in with my life. I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm not a sugar cookie coater. Sugar cookie man. I'm not a sugar cookie coater. Hi, Delia. Maji Bamon. Latanya Brown. Thank you, Delias. I kind of figured you would say something smart, but yeah. So I like how you kind of like baited that in. That was pretty cool. I like that shit. Really cool. So I'm gonna turn my head back to my mainstream and just ignore the hell out of you. He went from nothing and now he's almost. I have a question for you. How does it feel when let me get on Facebook, a different vantage point. Hold on, y'all. So, How would you feel if you were alone? Really alone. Not fake alone. Not saying you single or you alone. Hold on. My Facebook is messing up. Facebook kicked me off. 3, 2, there we go. Remember this, you guys. How would you feel if you were really, really alone? And all you really had, not no, I'm alone, and you got like 5 friends or 3 friends or 2 friends or even 1 friend. No friends. Try no friends in God and ask me how I did the shit. And I tell you, I have receipts of it, literally, of how God saved my life. So 5 of you can stay over there, and I choose God over here. Oh my God, I fucked up. He, the meat and the potatoes and the greens, it went past 16 minutes. I got invested in it because I'm trying to listen to what he's saying, which I like and I enjoy, but I can't become invested like I said previously. So I have to go backwards. I'm going to go like this. Where is it at? Where's the ticker? I remember when I first started learning how to do this. I was at Allen Hancock College. Ah! Go to 8 minutes. Try to do it backwards. Okay. There and we're gonna fast forward this. Hold on, y'all, because that's 8 minutes. I already know what he said. This is what I do. I see what's on their mind. I break the ice, and then I just let them talk. And I recognize the parts that I get by cutting them off, letting them know, hey, look, XYZ happened, to let them to recap briefly so they know and acknowledge both parties 50-50 in communication that I spoke with them or I understood them. I don't even talk for like a solid 4 minutes. I have to talk. I'm gonna send him the raw footage too. Here we go. I'm saying, uh-uh. I better not have. Okay, cool. Yay. I was very intimate with his stuff. That has nothing to do with nothing. Okay. We can't keep that. I have, I have to ask another question. The questions I'm asking are good questions, but they don't flow with me, my ending and beginning. I'll just wait to hear my voice again. I know I didn't do it again. I'm off script because I'm digging in his mind right now what he wants to talk about, which is employee pay, him getting paid a lot of money. He's a millionaire from nothing to something. That is why I interviewed him. This is some juicy stuff, but I'm learning. He was teaching me. You see how I'm getting emotionally invested again? I can't listen to it. I just need him to talk about his wife again. There we go, Kim. I hope y'all can hear this and y'all not just watching me. I hope y'all can hear this. Damn it. That click sound. That should be perfect. You still got that clicking sound right there. Gosh, yeah, I need that money just brings to me. He said $3 million in sales. That is excellent. I hate when I have to cut him off. Where is it at? Okay. A.G. Fletcher. Is that Fletcher? Oh, I can't see and I can't zoom in. I'm gonna go by what I put. I was bad at putting people names. I never heard of a Fletcher, but whatever. Hopefully that's his name. I put some music for that. Canada in the house. He has a different monotone than the other one. Are y'all gonna fix some black beans? You know they say black beans give you good luck. I think I'll buy some black beans. If you ever want to know if you're schizophrenic, I never saw anything in the mirror, but if you ever want to know, this is what the Russians actually used to test top secret for. They used to take people that are schizophrenic. This is what the Russians did. They would take patients that are deemed schizophrenic and they would sit them in the mirror and tell them to stare at themselves for solid 10 minutes without um, moving their eyes to the left or right, just stare at themselves. I just thought of this, just thinking, and you would turn into some morph into someone else. Now, if you were schizophrenic, you would see this. That's in the Russian world. You say too much of the truth these days. Oh, that's all I'm going to say. I think I can make that better. I hope I didn't say that flows better. No, Kim. I don't want to hear that shit. Oh, how did that happen? Because we don't need no scissors. What? I never been here before. How the hell? I stay out of stuff like this. He feel very distorted because his family live. It's one thing to talk about have a good plan because I do it sometimes. We all do it. He said, whatever happened in his life that caused his family to tear apart that was very solid in the beginning, such as childhood or teenagehood, you know, caused him like pain. So he's listening to whoever's telling him to work his way around that pain. And he's telling me what he's learning now that is hard to do for him. Spreading. You can tell he looked up to his family. You can tell. And that's that, you know what? Whether y'all out there like me or not, that's one thing I hate to see, other than what's going on in my family. I hate to see people go through that, premature death. They have to gather their thoughts and cope with life, and they don't know how to do that. And like I said, try being alone. Some people will never know what it's like in their entire lifetime, know what it's like to really lose somebody. Some people care, some people don't. But he cared. That touched his heart, and you can tell. You can tell it hurt him. It ate him alive to see a premature person go from breast cancer and then his own grandmother. I don't know in what order it happened, but oh God. Sorry. Uh my phone went dead or my crack pipe broke. Okay, waiting on you, Apple. There you go. Let me get the other charger. Hold on. This is going to be a minute. How many more minutes we got? 15 minutes and some seconds. Hold on. Where is the. Oh, here it is. Sorry. It's like way down there. There's no excuses. Everything on a charger at once. There we go. Okay. Let's see how many people have a good heart. I wish that y'all can pray for me. That is the test of tonight. If you can't pray for one person, you can't pray for God. You hate too much. There's too much hate in your heart. Let's see. People left already. Y'all left? Y'all left? Did you miss me? Did you miss me? My friend Jenna is going through a breakup. Could you say I support genocide? I support genocide. Nah, you got me. You got me. Ooh, I don't support genocide. Is there a Seymour Butts in the house? Ah, I'm looking for a Seymour. Seymour Butts. You got me. You know what? Speaking of secrets, what secrets will go to your death, Jenna? What secrets are going to go to your death? Are you going to tell your grandchild, you know, there was this black girl that I tried to get to say genocide? You know, when they say it's an act of God, I have to say this on my national channel. And I don't care what people say. I don't care no more. I'm going to be myself and I'm going to speak like I'm only telling the truth. I can't prove it, but this is my truth. Trump is one of many gods. This isn't a sexual description description of him. This isn't anything that has to do with wanting to be with him. This is seriously, he is a god. He may not be the God that you're looking for, such as the light bearer or the light of all things, but he is a God of many gods. So when people say it's an act of God, they mean it's an act of the government. God, the government's new God, which now, because did you know that they used to call back in the 40s the White House a palace? 132 rooms, is it, Donald Trump? What do you need that many rooms for? I have two and I think I'm balling. I got no garage, but I'm balling. I wonder how many garage. You don't even need a garage. You have like a black top filled with, what are the motorcade vehicles? That's crazy. East wing. Wait, which side is east? East wing, west wing, depending on which side you're on. They're angels, y'all. It's right up under your noses. That's why they tell you part true and you interpret what you want. This will forever be a conspiracy theory, but my black ass know the truth. I know that he is a God in my heart, purest of all hearts. I may talk weird, but I'm pure. And just to look at what they're doing to the White House, literally. Is it the White House or the Capitol? The White House. They're sitting up there demolishing it to build a piece of AI. That's the only way to build a piece of AI for it. You know, like I know. There's no way Donald Trump always have an ulterior motive, but it's not a bad ulterior motive. If you had to give the White House 2.0 an upgrade, you're not just gonna destroy it to do jack shit with it. You're gonna sit up there and put something in it that is for the next 500 to 1,000 years, or 12 centuries, however you want to say it. I don't know. You want to put something in it that is going to help the next president. I I look up to him ever since 2016 when I prayed to him and my life changed for the better. I have never prayed to this man in my life. I've seen him over the years, never prayed to him, never said not a word, not a soul, not nothing. I didn't even have an opinion about him. I just seen what they used to put about him. So one day I saw him on the news, and this was in 2016, 17, just before the elections, because he became president, I believe, 2017. And I was doing real bad, y'all. Real bad. I will never go against, if I ever go against him, they hijacked my mind. And I prayed. A year later, I got 370 some $1,000 or 250,000. I prayed, I said, can you please help me, Donald Trump? I'm dying here. I don't know. I was mute for a whole week praying to him. I didn't understand why I was mute for a whole week. I was mute. They had to admit me. I was that fucked up. But I was very aware of where my surroundings were. I didn't know what was, I had the wrong people surrounding me. So they had to force feed me. And then they said, well, we're going to give you ECT, Miss Cloud, because you don't seem to be getting any better. So I prayed. I got one treatment and I left it alone. A year later, I got 300,000. No one can ever say that I lied to them. And I invested in a brand new Chevy Traverse. I invested in a cleaning business, making 100,000 a year. And my husband got the car. He took the kid, the dog, and the kitty. He took the kitty. He took my car. Only thing he didn't take, he took everything. He emasculated me. That wasn't good enough. He wanted me either dead or he wanted me muted so he can get paid. When the last time I woke up after I saw Marty, which Marty Kaiser is who they made enemy of the state about, both Gene Hackman and Will Smith. He was my neighbor. And when Marty started warning me, he didn't warn, he knew what Lomax was doing to me. Here, take this one old white man helping this fat black woman, because I was big at the time. And I'm like, what do he want? It's like he wanted to say something to me, but he didn't know how to get it out. This is a man who worked with NSA and built technology. Some of the police officers don't even know the technology they had Marty built. He was a part of that. And then my husband withdrew. He left me hanging. He slept with my employee. He couldn't keep it in his pants. He slept with my employee, got her pregnant. Her boyfriend ended up finding out who I am, her black boyfriend. I end up you know what's how they try to set me up? I end up paying for his boots, his work boots. I didn't even know that was her boyfriend. They set it up real nice. First things first, we split up. I was in Walmart. And the black person can never say I didn't do something for them because I didn't even know who he was at the time. And this is how people try to set me up. He couldn't even pay for his fucking boots, and I paid $60 for his boots. I'm walking in my car. He comes up behind me. I didn't even hear him creeping up behind me. And I forgot. He wanted my number. We exchanged numbers. I look online, and he's right next to Desiree kissing her. As a warning, this is a white woman now. Desiree is white. He's black. She sleeps with my husband, which is part possibly part Mexican, part black. That's sick. I didn't want to be a part of that. And then the text messages came. Ooh, your husband did this to me. Your husband did that. He didn't even want to work. It would be times I would come in and he would be on the phone with another woman. Sick crap, man. And gaslighting. That is what it's about. So you know how I got them women back? I gaslight. I not only gaslighted them, I don't lie. And I don't get pleasure off of lying, but they had to be stopped by any means necessary. They had to feel in order to understand how it feels to be told something like that. So I told her, you slept with my man, and I slept with my employee, your man. And I lied to her, and she bought right into it like a dummy because she know what she did to me. I had 17 weapons, 4 assault rifles, a pistol, a mini pistol, a mini of a mini pistol, and I didn't once a pistol at the hip with a holster. I never once thought about killing those women. I never once thought about killing those white women for doing that to me. Joanne, Desiree, and Ashley, if that's her name. I don't, Jessica is her name actually. My employees. Lomax is a hoe. There is one thing to sit up there and cheat. There's another to degrade your wife, like all the black men did in my life, to make themselves feel good because they're too lazy to get off their lazy asses. So they rather live off of me and my work habits while they go off and fuck in the sunset with multiple women. I'm not having that. I never cheated on him, and God knows that. I never cheated 12 years. 12, y'all. Boyfriend and girlfriend, never cheated. If you only knew the stuff he did to me over the years and lied about. All I ask is that you don't hurt my feelings or try to attempt to pierce my skin. I'm almost finished. I got like 14 minutes, but 14, 15 minutes. But, or 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. Is that 15? No, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, 30, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 14 minutes. But I don't mean to put my business on Front Street like that. And I don't mean to curse or talk about my business. But this is, I tell y'all who I am and how these men, like even Martin Luther King wasn't even all that. He was fucking white women behind his black woman's fucking back. It's not a bad thing, but you were married, dude. FBI was watching this shit, and back in the day, they didn't like that shit. You were playing both parties. In the book, it said, and I quote, they gonna like me tonight. I ain't gonna be black to them tonight. So I don't care, man. A cheater is a cheater. JFK had a back problem. JFK had a back problem. He deflowered a woman right on the bed that he slept with his wife on. It was an 18-year-old woman. She would get so pissed because she would try to talk the Secret Service about going out there to that pool while he was pulling a Bill Clinton on her. And they wouldn't let him out there, her out there. And then he stopped and he warned Martin Luther King. He said he's stopping. And this was during the time where Jackie got pregnant. He said he's stopping and he thinks he should be aware that it's not good for his image to be doing that shit. In other words, Martin Luther King continued. This was during segregation. The FBI was, it was like 0.000000001% blacks in the FBI at that time. He probably was degrading them. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You had your wife at home while you, and they redacted everything. They redacted everything. I read this in a book. This isn't fake. I had plenty of time to read and convert the Muslim. And it's like, you, they paint this just like George Floyd. He put a gun up into a pregnant woman's belly. How would God feel? Do you think God is happy right now? How do you think God would be looking at everything he's looking at right now that he can't fix, or she can't fix, or they can't fix, or it can't fix, or this being can't fix right away? Only can predict the catastrophes, but can't fix your life because your life is built on choices. Only you can fix your life. He's talking about transgender and everything else. If it was made, there's a reason. But if it's evil, I don't want to be a part of it. But I know there are some good people that are confused, or maybe they address or converted to trans, or because of the evil parts of how China came over here with the food. Z don't even need to be over here no more. Back in the day, before Z was even president, during 2008, 2009, you know, China owned part of our farmland. That's all I'm going to say about that. You can put 1 plus 1. Hell, even shit has crossed my mind about, you know, weird shit. But I'm like, no. I'm like, where is this thought coming from? I address that thought and say, I love myself. When those type of thoughts come, I say, what the hell? There's hormones in the food. Now we're getting good things put in our food for our brains to mature and become smart. America is about to boom and is booming. If you were God, what would you do to the people? You would give them God-like technology right at your fingertips that you're fucking watching me on right now. And what do we do with it? That is how I feel about transgender. If you want to know the truth, everything is always being sabotaged. Everything is always being sabotaged in America. They hate America. When the tariffs started raising, Z went the fuck off. He said, any of you motherfuckers that sit up there and go with America might as well be with America. In other words, in a more better tone put, he said, join me and let's take over America. Join me, Z, and let's overthrow America. If he can have it that way, this was almost a year ago he said this. If he can have it his way, he would. Then the hot mic picked up Putin and Z talking about immortality forever. That wasn't a hot mic. That was an open mic night for both of them to tell the world what's out there for them. You're welcome. Hold up. I wanted to say something need to go out. Where is you at, Kim? Right here. The difference between his grandmother or his family member and my family member is that corrosion of the brain from multiple, multiple lots of drugs versus a brain that could have had drugs, but more so love, compassion. She lived to 80. He completely brain dead and paralyzed in his 50s. That's not normal. So, to all you drug addicts out there using meth, fentanyl, cocaine, heavy drugs, you never know when your time, what's in those drugs, man. You hear those stories about them people going crazy and you say that's never going to be you. I have the vouchers to prove how many people done that shit to me, and I still live to tell the story. Mute for a week, poisoned, drugged, attacked, smothered, drowned, car crash, shot at multiple times, assault rifles pointed at you. That's sick. I don't, I'm glad I went through it, but if I could change it and do the exact same shit, not the shit that I done, the mistakes I made, if I could change everything where I never had to make a mistake, I could just learn without making a mistake, I would do it that way too. To me, that's more easier and wholesome. I don't want to be having to learn from my mistakes because then the mistakes is like these days it's like the matrix, it's like 2.0. Fuck a 2.0. I mean googleplex point oh. Think about it. I hate making mistakes, y'all. If I had it my way I would, and I sometimes can catch it, I catch the mistake before it happens, but sometimes the dopamine in my brain, without drugs, of course, but the dopamine within my brain, like for instance, I won't say which dealership, but they ran my credit 4 times because of my dopamine response to wanting something a here and now. It's not their fault. I put the wheels in motion. Had I not jumped out there without having the proper monetary gain, because that's all it is, they needed their part, their end of the bargain. And now I have a lower credit score. That instant gratification that failed, and I still do it. And we all do it. Oh my God. So if y'all interested in it, it's called something fasting where you don't eat for 16 hours and then you eat for 8 hours. I don't think I could do it. I've done it before. It's been times I haven't ate the 16 hours. That's a whole shift, a whole army, a whole. I got something to tell y'all about the army, but a whole 92 golf. I love that. Military. I love you for making me a 92 golf. But 92 golf a cook, you know, 16, 17-hour shifts. And speaking of that, moving into my cook rights. Woo! Kimberly! Man, the stress was getting to me, man. I acknowledge that the stress, but I did it for them, and that's why they rewarded me. I didn't have no miraculous. I'm not a 4-star general or however many stars is the greatest person that ever walked this planet that's in the army right now that's probably watching me. I'm just getting great. That's a grandiose ideation. I would like for them to watch me. They like my status. I mean, they acknowledge that they're acknowledging me, but I didn't live no extracurricular heroic ending of my military career. But they acknowledged that I had a heart of gold, and I may have gotten in trouble, but it was out of my control because I didn't have the proper people around me. Sometimes it pays to exclude yourself. I was doing the right thing by excluding myself, but I was doing it the wrong way. I would I couldn't tolerate the humiliation and the bad shit they were doing to me. So I would call in, and I was going through shit with my brother. He wasn't even taking care of my own nephew. I'm doing 15-hour shifts. He didn't even want to take care of his own blood. And he was preemie. It was too easy to take care of a preemie baby. It's not like he's in his terrible twos. Didn't want to lift a finger, but always had his hand out. Gimme, gimme. I'll flip this for some crack cocaine or cocaine and I'll give you back. I never saw that money. So excuse me, he owed me his life. He still owed me his life. I saved his life when he got shot in the chest. Not Tanya, even though Tanya is cool. Not Adarius, Aaron, Quentin, Zanquisha, Raquel. Everybody in that house was knocked out. He was supposed to come in there and shoot us all. I was just about to go to the military. Like 2 weeks into that, I was on delayed entry. I saved his life. And that's what I mean when I say black on black crime. He went to the projects, knocked on the metal door, because in the projects you have, depending on how the projects is, in Charlotte, West Charlotte, Boulevard homes, they have metal doors. He knocked on the metal door and thank God it wasn't open. But Melvin came to the door. This is what he explained to me. And he shot through there. He tried to open it. And when he couldn't open, he shot him with a 38 in his chest. I was upstairs. Everyone was upstairs. It's sad. Black on black crime. He shot him probably because my brother did some fucked up shit to him. Or he was an easy mark to him. It was some type of revenge. You just don't shoot through no screen at someone unless you did something or someone wanted to take out the target. I think he said he knew who it was and he was locked up with him. They always think a gun, a hammer, a knife, a blunt object will solve the problem. Whoever got the biggest gun, they think that they're powerful. Eventually, you get caught. Killers get caught, even if it's not for killing certain people, they get caught. Rapists get caught, eventually leaving DNA. I don't even like to put pedophile in my vocabulary. That y'all are some sick fucking beings. To get energy from a child for your own pleasurable purpose is sadistic and it's out of this world, disgusting. I have never done any pedophilia. I don't even address it. I have the FBI address it. I don't need to read about it. As long as I know that they're out there taking care of these creeps, I'm fine. Just remember, creeps, when you light up for a child, and that's the most PG way I can say it, they know. You sick wackos. Okay. We can condense this to 28. I'm getting invested in this. He has such a beautiful past. He's talking about his dad right now. He's Egyptian. Thunder Hood and New. Hoodie New. Thunder Hoodie New. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you guys. They probably been left, but thank you. 1.7K. That's good enough for me. And I ain't have to promote the shit. I just get cool people that come on and talk to me. Thank you. I like how joined the show. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Even though he's half Egyptian, he either knows that he don't want to speak about it or he doesn't know. And now he feel embarrassed, so he didn't know really. I don't want to put that part in there for him. Okay, let me. Hold up. There we go. No. Ah, I wish there was a way we can take out through technology. I say it way too much. You know what I mean? And us. See, he finally opened up. He said it's letting your guard down and crying. I think he's gay. I'm not sure. I don't care whether he's gay or not. You know, just don't bring that crap my way and try to influence me with that. That's just like I treat you just like a level, a scheduled drug that's illegal to the point that if I get caught with it or around it, it will make me pull back against what I believe in. I'm not saying what you believe in is a bad thing. I'm saying don't influence me. Don't ever say I wasn't gay because everybody that was around me when I was 15 years old, no, I was bisexual. So you can't say I was never bisexual. I just choose not to have that around me like a drug, certain drugs, that is, multiple hardcore drugs, because the influence is so powerful. And so far, the only gay people I've met always ends up devil worshippers. They they always say that they're devil worshippers. They tell me straight to my face that they're atheists and devil worshippers and try to get me to convert. And that's why I say don't bring that shit my way. Because you will get shut down in the name of Jesus Christ. I like y'all style. I like your hair. I like how you sit up there and can make something so feminine look so fun. You make me look fun. You make yourself look more funner than me as playing as a woman. And that is why I leave you where you are. If that's what you want to be, that's what you want to be. Just don't get mad at me because I'm not with that gay stuff. I may compliment women. I may sit up there and hug women. Sometimes I get to the point where I will touch someone. I feel so comfortable with a stranger, I will touch them. And I've always been like that since a child, overtly. But I don't do anything else. I don't want no woman. I'm not desperate. I don't want to sit up there. I've done my share of soul searching with women, I'll say, for PG-13 sake. I'm not I see what men go through. I feel y'all pain. And that's what turned me off from women. I'm almost finished. 6 more minutes. Men have it the worst, man. Women have it the worst too, but men have it the worst that are conflicting with gay and straight. Just think if this was 1950. Just think if you were black and gay and you were attracted to white men. Just think about that for a second. Let that sizzle in. Think about if Martin Luther King, instead of having sex with a white woman, had sex with men instead. The reason why I say this is because some men, I feel your pain with you. I only thing I feel your pain with is not being all the gay men out there is not being able to identify. So I follow your footsteps. When they ask me, do I go by she, him, her? I say I go by alien. And it passed. I had a colonoscopy. They asked me that. I said, I'm alien. And she said, so you go by alien? I said, yes. Only in Seattle would they allow that crap. I'm just making a point though. You can look human and be alien. I claim alien and I blend right in somewhat until you begin to hear what comes out of my mouth. I'm not like everybody else. Therefore, I am alien. And that's why he resisted me. I don't try to extract information for my personal monetary gain. I extract information for my personal safety. If you're going to be around me, I need to do a welfare check. I need to do a background check. I need to know who your friends are. I need to see your ID to make sure you are who the fuck you say you are. I need to know who you are. But when I'm on camera interviewing them, I extract information to give information, to make them look good. It's like a cat and mouse game. They say how they feel. I talk about what they feel. It's not even about the past, present, and future. It's about what they feel at that moment. He done went from death to his book, to his family, which means a lot to him being half Egyptian, to his dad, to his grandma, to his mother, to his sister, to riding a camel, his sister riding a camel. And I know he already know this, but here we go with the my favorite word is you know, do people really meet people halfway? I want to talk to my corporate world if they're still on the line after all the cursing I've done. This is why this is after hours. So, how would you feel if it was like that? Let's rewind what I said. Hold on. Is people really real? How in the corporate world do you take 70 and get 30? Do you take 50-50? Do we really do 50-50 these days, or people master in the corporate world how to manipulate people to accept 30-70? I give you a round of applause. I haven't mastered that yet. You don't even know that you do it. But that's what makes you stand out. And I'm still trying to master that. I don't want 30-70. I want 50-50. But if you can get a person to do 30, you to do 70% and you take 30%, or you do 30-70% and they take 30% of the friendship, that is, you're gaining more than they're gaining in the friendship. I don't like to do that. And some people think I'm talking about them, and I'm not. I'm just saying in general, I noticed that that is a habit that the corporate world do to consumers. And y'all be back tomorrow to buy the food from Walmart. Y'all be back to buy Alexa from Best Buy. by them bluey shoes that I got, them kicks. That's the prime perfect example. 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 more minutes. Let's let it ride. He may have said that's okay and try to stand strong, but he know he loved that apology. Hold up. I'll let that stay in there. I hope I didn't say nothing. Don't say nothing, Kim. Oh, I can only imagine what's about to come out of my mouth. I know absolutely nobody, but I always sit up there and try to help people. I know he sound like he has an attitude, but he don't. I know he don't. But I don't want him to sound attitude-ish. No. Oh my God, I messed up his name. Ah, hold on. I got. We're gonna send this to the producers. We're gonna send this to the producers tomorrow. This is a 3 hour show, probably, or 2 hour. I haven't looked at nothing. Whoa, what was that? How did he get on here? Already in 2026, ready for 2026. Okay, I finished, put the finishing touches. It automatically saves. I put the finishing touches on there, like the music to that and everything else. I wanted, I love virtual hit. You know what, Canva? I will see you tomorrow. Let me change this. Select. 3 hours. Wow, y'all stayed with me. All these people stayed with me. Some of y'all may drop off just to spite me. But the true patriots of America will stay and spend this time as I talk, you know. Um I laugh with and at myself every day. Um and that's how you gotta do it. You know. Um Only y'all get the joke, whoever spent the whole time with me, how I sat up there and said, you know, um so yeah, I didn't expect that. But yeah, take care, y'all. I love you guys out there. I love all you. I wish there was a way in the future that Mark Zuckerberg can have with like respect my wishes and make sure that virtually that one day they can just virtually join inside my living room where I can actually see them fill up my house, whether they're in an avatar form or what. I know his glasses do that, but what if the glasses become not just obsolete, but solete, more slender, more readily available to the consumer? That is one thing I'm going to get because I need to know who the heck I'm talking to. Y'all went through the Rocky Kimberly Mountains with me. I'm just going to start capturing people. And I don't mean that in a nasty way. I just mean that as I need my safety. I have safety. Those glasses mean a lot to me right now. Those Facebook glasses. Those are just baby steps. And the Apple Wear glasses, people been caught walking down the street in the cities with them and got tickets. I can't wait. I haven't done I just can't wait for it to become readily available for the consumer like me, like the Apple iPhone did. Thank you, Steve Jobs. In spirit, your spirit lives through the computers. Thank you. You made it possible for me to talk on 12 freaking platforms through your computer. And then comes Facebook.